Ladies and gentlemen, welcome from Academy Lanes here in Haverhill, Massachusetts. We have a Week 2 ACST matchup between Paul Atkinson, the home bowler and a mainstay of the ACST here, treasurer for the B, and newcomer, second best bowler in his family, Spencer Aleci. First ball there for Spencer, just off the head pin left. Good break, but still a tough split, leaving the 1-8-10. You're live here on the ACST page. Spencer for the spare. Just skates it by the head pin. Can't get anything from the cap in the wood. And looking to get a big out here. And good bit at it. Hits his object, but just an 8 to show for it. Joined here tonight with Anthony Leonardi. Anthony, new to the bowling scene, has taken the handicap world by storm this summer, as he's gone from an 80 to a 90 plus average. Spencer's first ball just off the left again. 1-3-9-10 remain. And Anthony's somebody who's looking to get into the ACST next year. Spencer going for his spare bid. Looks like my pin cam is frozen, so let's give that a reboot real quick. Spencer going for the 10 and gets his 10 there. All right, we got the pin cam going now. Just had to give it a refresh here. Spencer's first ball, third box. See if he can find the head pin. Just skates by it again. 4 horsemen right plus the 8 pin. We're going to switch off here with Anthony a little bit. We're going to get Spencer's first half in. He'll cover Paul's first half. He's trying to get into the streaming world here. Spencer trying to find the 4 horsemen to run it. Skates by, just plucks out the 8. Gotta go higher on that. Gotta go higher on that. Yeah. Spencer for the out. And just an 8 box there. Still early, but has not yet found the head pin. We're gonna try and get this pin cam set so we can get the bowlers' heads out of the frame. So I'm going to hide that while we do so. Spencer's first ball here in the 4th. Finally gets the big ball he needs there and just leaves the 9. Spencer for his first spare, all over it. All right, let's try and get that PTZ, that pin cam back on here after Spencer's fill. Just log it in there, and we'll make it work. Spencer's fill ball here. Back in the pocket, 2-1 split, but a good 7 fill on his spare. Looking to see if he can bounce something off the wall. Plucks, takes the 2 out. Bear with me, we're going to get this pin cam reactivated here. And a 10 box there for Spencer for a good 53 half. Paul Atkinson, his first ball here. Just left. I'm going to pass you off to Anthony while we get this technical stuff situated. Anthony, take it away.
Paul with the second ball. Just gets the head pin. Leaving up 4. Has some wood there. Paul with this third ball. And hits the wood and leaves up 3 for the 7. And Paul's second box here, just to the left of the head pin again, but leaves up the head pin with the 2 in the back behind it. Paul's second ball just to the left. Paul's third box here. Just the right, but gets 2 in the back for a good 9 box. Corey's messing with the PTZ cam. Looks like that should do it. Paul with the third box here. And just to the left of the head pin again.
Jump back over there so I can get the scores in.
And Paul with a great shot for the spare. Sorry, Corey and I were switching at that point and missed the call. Paul on the fill here to the left and punches out the 7 pin for the 1 fill. Paul with the second ball here and just to the right of the head pin. And hits the head pin and gets the 9. Going to the last box of the half for Paul Atkinson here. And off to the left again, punching out the 7 pin. Paul with the second ball here. Off to the right again, or to the left again. Paul looking for a big out here, and he just there for a 3 box in the 5th. And I'm going to pass you back over to Corey for Spencer's second half.
Thanks, Anthony. And it looks like we have all systems go here. Pin cam, we got to worry about the bowler's approach, just the amount of zoom we have. So we have to kind of try and get the angle. So I apologize for all the bouncing there. Spencer's first ball, second half here. Right back on the head pin, a little bit full, but gets the banana split to break up. Just leaves the 6-10. Taking his time, giving way to the league on the right-hand side. Writes it down, but just cherries 1. Got it where he wanted to, just a little bit full on the 6. Looking to clean up the 10, rushed himself. Throws it right by it for a 9. It is a packed house here at Academy Lanes tonight. We've got a league going on the right side of the middle room. League just finishing up on the left side. League finishing up on the left side of the middle. A Nico match over on 17-18. Packard and Lister versus Fuller and Winchell. That's just getting underway if you're tuning in for that. Spencer's first ball here in the 7th. Just skates by the head pin. Leaves the 4 horsemen right. Looking to run it clean for his second spare of the match. Spares are even. Spencer capitalized, and Paul had a rough 5th box there. Spencer taking his time with this one, as he often does. Going for the spare. He knew he threw it away. You could tell the body language. Just plucked out the 3-6. The 1-10 remains. And right by it for an 8. Three boxes left here. This is game 1 of 5. ACST C division. Spencer brand new to the ACST this year. Paul, seasoned veteran, runner-up a few years back. First ball here, back on the head pin, and he gets them all to go. What a strike there for Spencer. Spencer 80 plus 2 through 8. Getting back above par here. Spencer works at a deliberate pace, the best way to put it. Others have referred to him as the David Price of Candlepin Bowling. First ball here on his fill, back in the pocket. Spread eagle minus the 3-pin. Another head pin hit for him, but not much to show for it. Knowing how he throws his ball, he wants to go outside the 2. Most bowlers would anyway, and hope that the 6-10 flies. See if he can get it over there. Just plucks 2. Is the third one going to go? It does. 8 fill on the strike. And looking to clean up 10. He does. 98 through 9 here for Spencer. Game 1 of 5. He had a 13-pin lead over Paul in completed boxes through 5. It's going to make it so Paul needs a really big half here to pull something out. Get it 2 points. Spencer's ball off the head pin, half Worcester left. Both bowlers' second matchup. We are in the second phase of 18. I don't know what it's called. Weeks, matches, match 2 of 18 here. Trying to come back to the head pin, see if we can get something flying. Just by it. Good break though. 1-7 remains to get his 10. See if he can cap off a 108 game. Goes by it to the left, but still a 9 for a nice 107 to start there for Spencer. Paul will need a 68 half to take the point here. 67, they get a half a point each. I'm sorry, 1 point each. Paul definitely the past couple years has struggled, but let's see if we can get something here. We're going to pass you over to Anthony for the back half here.
Let's see if Paul can get something going here. And first ball just to the left, the headman, but it gets a good mix. Let's see if he can get the head pin here and get that spare that needs. And just to the left, the misses everything. Paul's looking for a big out here to try to keep up pace with Spencer. And Paul just to the left again for the 5 box. It's 45 for Paul through 6. He needs to string together a few marks here. Paul right on the head pin and gets everything. But I want to see if he can get the spare here and get a couple marks going. And Paul, and right on it, drills it for the spare. So Paul can get a big field here and close the gap here on Spencer. First ball just to the left, the head pin, and gets the 4 horsemen with the fill on the back, so check mark for the 5 fill on the spare. And just to the left again. Paul's third ball and gets 3 drop for an 8 box. 68 through 8. He needs to string together quite a bit of strikes here in order to catch up Spencer to get the points here. Paul being patient, letting the guy go to the right, but and Paul right back on the head pin, leaves the 4 horsemen to the right. Oh, nope, it's 3. Just got the pin to roll and get that other one out. gets the spare. So he needs a big fill here in order to have a shot on catching Spencer. Needs at least a 9 fill here to the right, and just plucks out the half Worcester. And just to the left of the head pin again, and right in between. The 6 box. 87 for Paul Atkinson, a 107 for Spencer. Spencer taking the points here in the first series of 5. I'm going to pass you back over to Corey for Spencer's first game of the second.
All right, so Spencer takes game 1, 107-87, 20-pin lead on total. 2 points per game, 4 points for total, so still a lot of points left up on the board. First ball, second game here for Spencer. Just skates by the head pin. Great break there, just the 1-7. They both had a wiggle. Very friendly wood. It's rolling back a little. It would be nicer if it was touching the head pin. See if it came back a little, see if he can send it back. And he drives it back for a spare. Spencer seeing if he can smell blood in the water and take advantage. Throw a couple marks here in a row. Looking for a big fill. Gets back in the pocket. Can he break up the split? And it breaks down. 9 fill there. Just the 6 to hit here for a second mark in a row. See if he can capitalize. Just wiggles it, doesn't take it out. They say don't hurt him. That is something else. That is the lightest hit I've ever seen on a pin before. Maybe it was the curtain at Jordan Britton. And misses it again for a 9 box. That was a head pin hit too. So quick 28 through 2 for Spencer. Trying to stay back in that head pin. Gets all over it, and just the 8 remains. Doesn't want to go, doesn't even budge. Spencer looking for another spare here, and all over it. Drives it back. Spencer, much like myself, grew up in a bowling alley. Our parents bowled for a long time. He was big in the kids league here at Academy Lanes, went into competitive, and then took a 10-year hiatus, finally back to the game a couple years ago. His fill ball back in the pocket, but just a 5, leaving the mini cluster on the right, Starline 5, hay bale, been called many a thing. And tries to get it to go. Just leaves 1 remaining. Big 10 here. Pinning is everything when it comes to candlepin. And he gets his 10. 53 through 4 for Spencer. Alexander Patton in the comments rooting on Paul Atkinson. I just have the comments here from Candlepin Corner. Let me jump over to the ACST page. I want to make sure we don't miss any. Spencer's first ball in the 5th. Lemon drop, $1 for Candlepins for Cancer there. Make sure we tell Paul that one. Off to the right with his second ball. Trying to find a big out. He has a good half going, doesn't want to spoil it now. Needs a big out. And gets the head pin, gets them all. What a 10 there from Spencer. Sitting at 63 through 5. Really putting the pressure on Paul to get something going. We know what Paul is capable of. He has been struggling as of late, but we know he's a tremendous bowler. No half is safe. Anthony, take us away.
Paul on the first ball, and just to the left of the head pin. Gets the four horsemen to the left. See if Paul can get something going here and get the game going as well.
To the left of the head. That's the right of the head.
Apparently I don't have my left and my rights right now. Corey says I'm fired. And Paul the third ball and gets 2 for the 9 box. I'll get my left and my rights back in after this, I promise. Paul right on the head pin and gets a good break. Just moving up 1 pin to the right here. Let's see if he can capitalize on and get the spare here. For a much needed mark, and drills it for the spare. Let's see if this can be the first of some marks to string back together for Paul here. Let's see if he can capitalize on getting the half that Spencer had with the 63. Paul on the fill ball, just the left of the head pin, and takes up the left side for the 4 fill. Paul just to the right of the head pin, taking up 3. Has 3 left. Let's see if he can get the out here and get the 10. And just to the left of the head pin for the 7 box. 30 through 3 for Paul here. Paul right to the left of the head pin. Gets a good mix going on there. Some friendly wood possibly on the front here. Let's see if he can capitalize and get the spare. Paul using the left wood and punches out the wood. And right there, and gets the out for the 10. Let's see if Paul can get one for the chair, and Paul right on the head pin, and that's everything but the 2 on the left and the 10. Let's see if he can make something work here, and hits the left, takes out the 2 on the left, leaving up the 10 pin. Like Corey said before, candlepin is all about pinning. Let's see if he can get this 10 here. And get the and gets the 10. So a 50 half for Paul and a 63 half for Spencer. Spencer up 13 in the match so far, going into the second half. Let's see if Spencer can keep going on the 10 that he just had here. And I will hand you back off to Corey for the second half of Spencer.
Keep going. Keep scoring.
And never mind. I'm gonna keep doing this as Corey's gonna go keep score here for a second. And Spencer with the second ball, and right to the left of the head pin, just missing it. And Wood up there, snuggling up there. And takes out the 10. So 73 for Spencer through 6. And Spencer on the first ball of the 7th, and just to the left of the head pin, punching out 3. Spencer with the second ball, and right on the head pin, and for the spare, drills it. Spencer on the fill, and right on the left of the head pin, and a 9 fill for Spencer on the spare. Let's see if he can capitalize and get the next spare here. And Spencer on the next ball, and drills it for the spare again. So Spencer with 102 and a ball going into the 9th. Spencer with the fill ball, right back on the head pin for a 7 fill on the spare. Let's see if Spencer can do anything here with the spare as well. Maybe he can get another one. The books, and Spencer using the wood and just hits the wood out. And Spencer takes out the 2. Good bid to get the 10. It's a good 9 box for Spencer there. 118 through 9 for Spencer. And Spencer just to the left of the head pin. Good mix, and gets 3 to the right here, with some woods in the back to the coming up to the left. And Spencer, it's wobbling and doesn't look like it's gonna go. Just missing the head pin for that. And Spencer, go ahead and hits the wood for the 9. 127.5 for Spencer. And I'm gonna hand you over to Corey here to take over the next box for Paul. I didn't know where the button was. I was trying to find it.
Oh, yeah. It's a little blurry when I zoom it out that way.
All right, now I got Paul Atkinson's back half here. Had to keep score for Spencer there on the front end. Nice 127 game for Spencer there. It means Paul needs a 78 half to take game 2. If he doesn't have a big half, the total starts to get away from him. Plenty of games left, but you want to try and chip away as much as you can. Trying to get back on the head pin, still just off left for Paul. Trying to get a big out here. And gets a big 9 out of that. Here's the flurry from Spencer with 2 spares in a row with 2 good fills on it. So Paul needs to get something going in a hurry.
Did you buy Funyuns?
Paul's first ball here, just off the head pin. Leaves the 4 horsemen left, plus the 9 pin. Trying to run it down. Gets on the head pin a little bit full. For those of you interested in the Nico match, you can tune over to whoever's streaming, Paul. Just an 8 there. It's like game 1. Corey and Joey Lister won 267 to 216. Early 51 pin lead for them. When I have the bowling in front of me, I will give you the updates as I can. Paul's first ball here in the 8th. Again, drifts away. He's not missing by much, but it's enough that it's all coming through full. Trying to get back on and see if he can send something. He gets it all with a king go. It will not. The 5 stays. Paul with a great ball, one of the best balls he's thrown tonight, and nothing to show for it because that king did not want to go. Wood skated right by it, too. For the 10, just by it again for a 9 box. 76 through 8 here. Completed box, he's down 33. Up against 2 9s. So he needs a good finish here. Try and get it as close as possible. 51 in 2 boxes, so he's going to need some strikes if he wants to try and get the game. But at the very least, you want to chip away on total. Minimize the damage and focus on the next game. First ball in the 9th. Off to the right, but a good mix. Leaves the head pin check mark. The 4 horsemen to the left and the 3 pin. Trying to get back in, just by the head pin. 1-3-7 remains. Paul looking to clean up a 10 here. And just by for a 7 box, 83 through 9. Exact spot he was in last game, 83 through 9. He did throw a 4 box in the 10, so he's hoping to do something better here and build upon it for next game. First ball in the 10th. Again, off to the right, but again, 4 horsemen left. This one is a very friendly piece of wood sitting between the 2 and the 4. If he can drive back the 1-2, it should sweep the triangle behind. Can he get on the head pin? Takes everything except it. So game 2 goes to Spencer, 4 points to 0 early. A comfortable lead on total. And a 10 box there for Paul, puts him at 93. 34 pin win for Spencer there. 54 pins in total after 2. And that is game 2 of 5 to Spencer. We have a 4-0 lead to newcomer to the ACST, Spencer Aleci. All right, so my other scene's not set up to show you the bowler stats too well, I don't believe. We'll try it real quick. See, it is just a bit messy there. So we'll get back to that. We'll fix that in a little bit. Show you what their stats are in between bowlers here. I'll get that cleaned up. Spencer's first ball here in the 3rd game, back on the head pin. Sends the helicopter around and just leaves the 9-10. A good head pin hit, and that's all he gets. See if he can play the wood. And he takes it. I don't know if that's how he thought it was going to go, but it went. You got the wood, you got to play it. No shame in this game. I'm going to pass you over to Anthony to cover rest of Spencer's first half here in the 3rd.
Hell of a spare by Spencer. Let's see what he can get here on the fill. And just to the left of the head pin for a 5 fill on the spare. Let's see if Spencer can get back on the head pin here. And Spencer right back on the head pin and just takes out the 4 horsemen to the right. Good piece of friendly wood right there, and Spencer takes it and drills it for the 10. So 25 through 2 for Spencer. Spencer looking to get back on the head pin, right back on the head pin, and just misses out on the 10 pin for the spare. Spencer to the left. I think he was trying to send the wood over a little bit, see if he can kick it over, but misses it. And Spencer doing the same thing, right back on the wood, and does not take it for a 9 box. Spencer in the 4th box here, and right back on the head pin again, leaving the check mark to the right-hand side. Let's see if he can capitalize on this here. Spencer hit the mark where he needs to be. Spare for Spencer. Nice shot. So 44 and a ball for Spencer Aleci. And Spencer just to the right of the head pin for the 5 fill on the spare. Got the 10 pin 4 horsemen to the left. And just misses the head pin, leaving the high-low jack right there. Let's see if he can take the 7, 10, and the 1 pin out. And just misses taking that shot. A 58 half for Spencer through 5. And Paul coming up here, looking to see if he can get something going. See if he can cut into that lead that Spencer has in total. And I'm going to pass you back over here to Corey for Paul's second half.
Paul finally finds a head pin there, and that's what he gets. A nice split for his troubles. Give him credit for the head pin and the split there, but that is tough. Wood's decent. I would go left on that front flat piece. See what Paul does here. Does not far left enough. I would almost bet on the cap. A great 2 bids, right object both times. And no luck there. Let's see if we can get at least a 9 out of this. Piece of wood's blocking out. Goes around it and gets his. Now I want to confirm. I have obstructive view. I want to make sure it didn't drop on the channel. Paul's first ball, second box, just off. 4 horsemen right, plus the 7. Again, he's getting some helpful wood here. It's skating away a little bit. Yeah. So it's 1 piece. The cap looks like it's blocking a touch, so it might not be the most helpful. Yeah, misses the head pin anyway. Leaves a 1-7. Trying to get a big out here. Gets his 9. Paul trying to get back to the head, but he found it there in the first one. A great ball. Tough split. See if he can get back. No, he drops left. Breaks up the lemon drop by carrying the 7. Wood's rolling in. Too slow to take anything. Paul gets in the pocket a little full. Leaves a 3, 6, 10 to clean up for a 10 box here. And just plucks 1 for an 8. Paul Grant says it all the time. I'm gonna not be invited back by Paul Atkinson. Last 2 times I've covered him, he's struggled a bit. Maybe he needs an announcer change to get some good luck going his way. Paul looking to get back in the pocket on his first ball here. Just off left and a real tough bid there. He's not getting any mixes that he used to get. 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9. We'll go with 1 if he gets on that right side. Just the 7 remains. Great bid there by Paul. Paul looking for the 10, and he gets it. Paul looking to set himself up in the back half here. He's down 13 in completed boxes. And that's a way to set yourself up with a big strike there. One will get you going, and Paul needed it in a bad way. Bookend, great head pin hits there. First one, nothing to show for Paul with that tough 1-1 split he had, but that one was a no-doubt hammer ball. Put a little bit more pressure on Spencer on his back half here. Anthony.
Spencer just to the left of the head pin, getting a 4 drop there. Nothing to really show for it, and Spencer gets a good pin off the wall there, taking out. What?
I would have played it. Not all the way left.
Spencer just misses left the 7 box. Spencer right back on the head pin and for the strike. Great ball by Spencer. Spencer's first ball on the fill, and just to the left of the head pin gets a good mix going on there. 6 on the first ball here. Let's see if he can hit that head pin and see if he can capitalize and get the spare on the fill. And just misses, and 7 fill on the spare. Spencer with the third ball, and just misses the head pin for the 9 box. 91 through 8 for Spencer here. Spencer on his first box in the 9th, and it's just to the left of the head pin again, getting the half force to the left. Let's see if he can get it back on the head pin here, and just missing the head pin to the left. Let's see if Spencer needs a big out here. And Spencer right on the head pin and gets the 6 box. So Spencer with a 97 through 9 going into the 10th. Paul Atkinson coming up on a strike fill to see if he can get a few marks going and catch Spencer. Get the pleasure of seeing Spencer right back on the head pin and gets a 7 drop. Some good wooden 7 pins there. Let's see how Philly plays the shot. Spencer looks like he's going to try to play the wood there and just gets the pluck out there, leaving up the 2 pins there. Spencer and misses to the right for the 8 box with a 105 third string for Spencer with a total of 339. Paul coming up here on a strike fill. Let's see if he can get something going. Get Spencer on the swing. I'm going to leave you back to Corey here. Call Paul's the second half.
So that strike did what it needed to for Paul there in the 5th. Put a little pressure on Spencer. He didn't have his best half he's had today. And now Paul just needs a 60 half minus his fill. And could he get a double? He does. There's the Paul Atkinson that was in the finals a few years back. What a ball there from Paul Atkinson. See if he can replicate it. Love to see a triple here. Gets back in the pocket, a little full that time, but a great ball. 6 on the second ball of strike number 1. Puts him in the lead quickly after 5. Looking to see if he can at least get 3, get a 9 fill on his second strike. And almost got 9 the hard way, but an 18 on his second strike there. Puts him at 80 through 6, and just like that, plus 15 in a game versus Spencer. 8 box there to Spencer's strike, so a 6-pin lead for Paul in completed boxes. 3 boxes to go. Spencer was open all the way, including a 6 box in there. So these points are prime for the taking for Paul Atkinson. Paul, first ball here in the 8th. Just skates by the box, just leaves the 4 horsemen left. Very makeable spare there. Looking to run it down here for his 3rd mark of the game, and just a little bit full on the head pin. Paul looking to get his 10. And all over it for a big 10 box there. Increase the lead against the 9. He is up 7 in the game. Needs 8 pins in 2 boxes to take his first 2 points of the night. Couple marks here puts him in a better position in total. First ball. Again, he's not missing the head pin by much. He is just skating by. Board maybe 2. 4 horsemen to the right plus the 8 pin. Gets on the head pin and takes it. What a shot there from Paul. .108 and a ball through 9. He has taken game number 3 here from Spencer. A big fill. And another mark potentially makes total very interesting going into the final 2 strings. He's off left, no mix, just takes out the triangle for a 3 fill. Try and get back on the head pin for another mark here. Like I said, he has taken this game. Now everything is gravy to chip away at the big total lead Spencer got in the first 2 games. And takes out the other triangle, but comes back in, almost gets the steal. Just the 1-3 left. For the 10, gets it for a good 121 game there for Paul Atkinson. Gains back 16. Spencer's total lead is down to 38 after 3 games. Paul Atkinson takes his first 2 points of the night there. 4-2 thus far, and just like that, with 2 games to go, total is anyone's. Anthony, take us away with Spencer's first half here.
All right, Spencer's got to make sure that he picks up where he left off. First had great 2 first strings and seemed to kind of tail off in the second half of that one. See if Spencer can get right back on the head pin here and get something going. Spencer just off the head pin to the right, leaving the 4 horsemen to the left. And Spencer just plucks out. Spencer, great shot by Spencer, hitting the head pin and going over to there, getting the good 10 box. Spencer, right on the head pin, great shot by Spencer, and he's up 1. See if he can capitalize here and get the spare. Maybe get a few marks going. And Spencer drills it for the spare. Spencer on the fill here, and right back on the head pin, and gets a 6 fill, the spare. And Spencer off to the left. And Spencer with the third ball and just plucks out for the 7 box. 33 through 3 for Spencer here. Spencer right on the head pin and just leaves a 5 pin up for. Let's see if he can get this pin out here, get that spare. Spencer and drills it for the spare. 43 in a ball through 4 for Spencer. Spencer on the fill and right back on the head pin for the 6th fill. And Spencer hoping to sit down on a spare and just plucks out again. Let's see if he can sit on that 10. And just plucks it out. 8 box for Spencer, 57 through 5 for Spencer. Paul's coming up here. Let's see if Paul can capitalize on exactly where he left off with a great second half here with a streak of 2 strikes in a row. I will give you over here to Corey to cover Paul's first half.
Thank you, Anthony. Paul's first ball here in game number 4 of 5. Drops it way left, just clicks out the 7 pin. Paul needs to get back on the head pin here. And he surely does. Takes out everything except the 4-9. And looks to clean up for a 10. Gets blocked out by that second piece of wood for a 9 box. Spencer again, great 57 half there. Keeping the pressure on for Paul to keep performing. He answered the bell last game. Let's see if he can do it again here. Just off to the 2 pin. One, 3, 5, 6, 9, 10. And just the other side of the head pin there leaves the 1, 5, 10. Try and get a big mark here. Shooting for the 10. Just clips the head pin, takes the 1, 5, but the 10 stays up. Another 9 box there. Paul's issue tonight has not been his pinning, has not been the spare shots, because he's had some tough splits. It's really been in his first ball. When he finds the head pin, he gets himself set. He's not getting any mix off anything else. Again, drops it to the right, to the 3, and takes out the half Worcester on the right side. Clips the head pin, hits it a little too light. You want to be light on that shot, a little bit too light there. And now needs some wacky pin movement to try and get a 10. You just want to hope to get at least an 8 on this. Gets it over and clips just 1 for a tough 6 box there. He had to work hard for that 6 he got. (24 through 3 for Paul to Spencer's 33 through 3. Paul finally back on the head pin there. Gets a nice 8-drop mini split. Won't hurt. Just want to be outside of the 2 pin there. See if he can get something moving over. And he's too far outside of it. Can't get the pin to carry. Looking for a 10 here. gets his 10. 34 through 4. This is the box he turned it on last game. Threw a strike here at the half. Answer with a strike to open the next half. Looking to do the same if he can stay on the headpin. First ball there, drifting left on the 2. Takes out the headpin. Just leaves the 8, 9, 10. Let's see how this wood settles for him. If it at least gives him a shot. It's a tough one there. I'm gonna if I'm playing this, I'm capping the left side of the flat piece, trying to get the ball to take out everything else. See what Paul does here with it. A little full on it, but the ball's coming back. Too many pieces of wood there, block it out. We are gonna have to clear that ball out of there. Get that. Did the ball fall? Did not fall in the channel. Bear with me 1 second. I'll be right back.
I'll get it.
Take your shoes off though if you can. That way you don't get any water on the lane. That would be the cap. Cap on the flat piece. No, I'm playing the cap on the flat piece. Shout out Anthony Leonardi getting the ball down there. Got to be very careful to remove that. I have another friend that got a world championship doing that, so good for him. Anthony's on a good pace. Paul looking to make that trip worthwhile for Anthony and get the 10. And all over it. 44 half there for Paul. It's just one tough box in the 6. At the turn, it's 57 Spencer, 44 to Paul. Spencer's built his lead back up to 51 in total. But as we saw last game, Paul can pop out a double strike at any time. Spencer back in the pocket there. Just leaves a triangle on the left-hand side. Give Anthony a second to regain composure after he made a trip down the lanes there. Spencer going for a spare. Oh, just a little full on it there. Only takes out half of it, or 2/3, I should say. See if he can clean up the 10 box. And a 9 box there as it drops in the gutter. Anthony, see what do we get the rest of the way.
Just had to, clean myself off after sliding halfway down the lane. All right, let's see what Spencer can do here. Spencer to the right, taking out to the right side here. And Spencer right back on the head pin. Just leaving up the 2 to the left here. And Spencer, just the 1 for the 9 box. 75 through 7 for Spencer. Spencer just to the left of the head pin, but gets a good mix going. Living up the 7 and 10 and a half of Worcester on the right hand side here. Let's see what he decides to do here. Spencer, and good bid on Spencer, taking out to the right side, leaving up the 7. 4 pin there. Spencer hits the wood with the 8 box. 83 through 8 for Spencer here. And Spencer to the left, plucking out the 7 pin. Spencer right back on the head pin. And Spencer drills the wood there for the 10 box. 93 through 9 through Spencer. Let's see if he can get something going here. Spencer right back on the head pin. Drops 8. Spencer and drills it for the spare. Spencer 1 of 3 and a ball here. Spencer right on the head pin for the 9 fill. Great fill by Spencer for 112. Let's see if Paul can get something going here. The great finish by Spencer. I will hand you back over to Corey to cover Paul's second half.
Spencer, do you have Chubb in your league? Do you have Chubb in your league?
I think Chubb just got hurt.
He's out for the year. George said his knee's bad. He said he'd be shocked if it wasn't a torn ACL.
Yeah, they just.
All right, Paul Atkinson, second half here. First ball, half Worcester left. Yeah. They usually do it on opening weekend. Paul looking to come back on the head pin here. Off to the right on the 3. This leaves the 159. Looking for a big out here for Paul. Gets the head pin, but just the head pin and 8 box. Paul here needs a 61 in the next 4 boxes, so he needs to go on a string of marks here. Needs to mark out the sheet the rest of the way. Our total really is in doubt as of right this second. Oh, what a ball there from Paul. Gets a mix off the 3 pin. 179 remains. Friendly wood. If he can just cut the 1 into the 7, he should get the ball to take the rest. The wood clips that cap on the wood and just takes the head pin out. Just the 7-9 left here. For a big 10. Wood won't carry, so 9 box there for Paul. Paul needs 3 spares here. 3 spare 7s will tie the match. Paul back on that 3 pin again. Leaves the 1, 2, 7, 8, 10. If he takes the left side of the head pin, he should be able to get it to carry. Let's see. Skates by it, takes everything except the head pin. Slow him down. Just skates by the head pin for a 9 box. You get some tough breaks, both you and John. Tough breaks. You're throwing a good ball from what I'm seeing. I'm giving updates and telling him to tune in over on your stream. Yeah. I said he tipped him to ice him. Slow down Corey and Joey. Yeah. Paul back just off to the left. Takes out the triangle on the left side. Yeah, you got plenty of space. Looking for a good comeback ball. Over adjust to the 3. 1, 2, 9 remain. Looking for a good out there. Just leaves a 9 for a 9 box. 79 through 9. So it is official. Spencer takes game 4. Highest Paul can get is a 109. Obviously, that would go a long way in total, but the way it's looking right now, Spencer should lock that up after this game. Paul back on the 2. And that's the when he's hitting the 2 pin, he's getting very full on it. Not much. Just back adjust to the 3 pin. Punches the half Worcester on the right side. Looking for a big out. Gets a great out there for an 8 box. An 87 game for Paul. Loses that one by 25, putting total at 63 after 4. Gonna try and clean this up a little bit so you guys can see that better. Here you go, Anthony, get ready for Spencer's first half here and talk him through some stats here.
Spencer's up 63. Going into the last frame here. Alright, Spencer with his first ball here. And just to the right of the head pin. Let's get some good wood here. Let's see if he can capitalize on this spare opportunity here. Spencer using the wood and just leaves out the head pin. Let me the 1 up here. Let's see if he can pin it out and get the 10. And Spencer with the 10 drills it. Spencer's next ball here, and off to the left. Spencer right back on the head pin, and just leaving up the 10 pin and the 4 pin. Let's see if he can get, and Spencer uses the wood. Great ball by Spencer for the 10. And Spencer's next ball, just off to the right. Spencer's second ball, so he can get back on the head pin, and just off to the left. So see if Spencer can capitalize on this here. Spencer, and right through for the 7 box. Spencer right back on the head pin, great ball, and just leaving up there with a piece of wood up high. Let's see if this wood can actually benefit Spencer, and takes it and drills it for the spare. So Spencer with a 37 through 4 with a ball. And Spencer just to the left of the head pin, but gets a good mix for an 8 fill in the spare. And Spencer just misses to the right for the spare bid. Let's see if Spencer can get the 10. Let's see if he can do a, and just to the left for the 8. So 53 through 5 for Spencer. Paul's up here on his first half of the last frame here. I'm going to hand you over to Corey to call Paul's half.
Paul Atkinson up here for the first box of the final game. Just plucks the 10 pin there, Paul. Paul looking to get back. Just off. 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, and 9. Looking to get a big out here. And off to the right for a 7. Paul looking to salvage another 2 points here. He got the third game. Looking to see if he can get the fifth and get 4 points out of the night. Total, he's going to have to do something special to get back. First ball here in the second box. Off to the left again. 1, 3, 6, 8. Back on the head pin, but a little bit light. Just plucks out the 1, 3. Nine box there. Paul looking to get back on the head pin here. Like I said, when he's been on, he's been good. Off to the left again. Little friendly break there. Nice piece of wood. 1, 3, 9, 10. Piece of wood sitting at a great angle, too, to take out both back pins. Just get on the head pin. And skates by left. Looking to run down for a 10. Oh, looks like the wood's going to come back and takes it for a 10. Great out there from Paul. Let's see if he can get some momentum going. Again, just off, but again, a good mixing ball. Finally getting things to break up for him. 1, 2, 3 left. Just to get in the pocket. It doesn't need to get in the pocket. Spare there. It's about time Paul gets things to go his way. He's thrown some balls that have not broken up whatsoever. Let's see if he can give himself a big fill here and give himself a momentum boost for the back half. Fill ball on the head pin. Leaves the diamond right. Good 6 fill there for Paul. Neat looking to cut up the diamond here. And just a little full. 6. And a 9 box there, but a great 51 half for Paul, keeping pace with Spencer. Just trails 2 in completed boxes. This is where it gets interesting for Spencer. He's where he is new to ACST. He's done some tournaments, does bowl 5 at a time, bowling 5 games, 5 at a time. At this pace, you start to feel it a little bit, especially early in the season when you're getting used to it. So let's give it to Anthony for Spencer's final 5 here.
Spencer right back on the headpin, just plucks out. Nothing to show for it. Leaving the Spencer, see if he can get it. Just takes out 2. Spencer can get at least a 3 here, and drills it, and just takes out 2 for the 8 box. 61 through 6 for Spencer. Spencer can get right back on the head pin here. Spencer right back on the head pin, and nothing to really show for that one here. It looks as though he's got some wood there with the 10 pin as well. He's probably going to have to do something with the wood here in order to get that thing. I'm going to guess he's going to stay towards the left of that wood there and drill it over. Doesn't get the 10 to drop. Let's see if he can get the 10 here and start keep the pinning going. And Spencer drills it for the 10. 71 through 7. Spencer.
Come on, that was it.
Spencer just to the left of the head pin. Spencer can get right back in there. Spencer just to the left, leaving everything, getting everything but the head pin. And Spencer's third ball, and just to the left, leaving up. So 9 box for Spencer. Spencer's 9th box here. Let's Spencer right back. Head pin gets a good mix going on. Let's see if Spencer can capitalize on the spare and drills it for the spare. So Spencer is with the fill here. And Spencer just misses the head pin to the right and gets a 5 fill on that. Spencer just misses the head pin. And Spencer with the 3rd ball and misses left for the 8 box. 103 final string for Spencer for a total of 554. And Paul Atkinson with the 439. Let's see if Paul can have a second half here. I'm going to give it over to Corey to call Paul's final 5.
Thank you, Anthony. And Paul needs just one mark to take his second game of tonight's matchup. Spencer has locked in total unless Paul goes crazy the back half here. He has a 115 pin lead. Paul needs a 116 back half. Paul, the tough split off the rip there. Trying to just clean up for a 9 if he can. And he does. 9 box there, 60 through 6. Just chasing 1. Spencer with his only mark in the 9th. 9 box in the 8th and the 8th box in the 10th are going to be the biggest places for Paul to gain his pins back. Said a 43 through 4 gets it done for him, or 44 through 4. Back on the head pin and just leaves the 4-6. Head pin hit, 4-6. Some wood on the deck, but it's not overly helpful. Paul, let's see which way he tries to play it. Goes left to right, shoots it over, but won't carry the 6. Good bid there by Paul. And for the 10, all over it. Good 10 box there. Keep pace with Spencer. Paul is up against a 9, spare 5, 8 box to finish. He needs 34 pins in 3 boxes. 1 mark is all he needs. 1 mark with a decent fill. Paul looking to get back on the head pin. He does. Little light. Breaks up the check mark. Don't know if it got much better or much worse. Leaves the 2, 7, 10. Plenty of wood. That's a splash waiting to happen right there. All he has to do is stay on that left piece of wood, and it should carry everything else. And it surely does. Big spare there in the 8th for Paul Atkinson. Setting himself up. Needs 24 to take the game with 2 boxes and a fill to go. Phil's going to be telling here if he can stay on the head pin and avoid needing another spare. He gets back on it, a little full, but a 7 fill there. Puts him in prime position to take this and just pin out. If he can get a 10 box here, goes a long way, making it easy for himself. Towards the end, he tried to get the spare. It almost went. And looking to pick one for a 10, skates by it for an 8 box. We are in the final box of the 5th game here. Spencer has locked up total. He has secured at least 10 points. Looking to see if Paul gets a 9 in this box. Paul will salvage his 2nd game, so 4 points on the night. It'll be a 10-4 split. Back in the pot. Tries just skated by the head pin. 4 horsemen to the right. Plus the 8 pin piece of wood. See if he can run it down. Paul just off to the right. He needs 2 of these pins to take this game. Just gets on the head pin. He should be able to take it and steal one. If he gets one of them, we get a tie. And Paul on the head pin for a 10 box there, and he takes his 2nd game of the match. And the split here is 10 points for Spencer, 4 points for Paul. Great bowling there by all of you. As you can see there, 554 for Spencer on the night, 493 for Paul. Spencer takes it by 61 pins overall. Make this a little bigger. You can see the difference here. The spares and strikes, 2 strikes for Spencer, 12 spares. Paul with the same amount of strikes, too. He had that double in the game, 3rd game he won, and 7 spares. Problem was the fills, the head pin hits. That's the big difference. But we have 10 points for Spencer, 4 for Paul, and a week 2 matchup in an ACST C North. Anthony Leonardi, thank you for joining me here tonight. It was a great time, great bowling. Great night by Spencer, 554, but Paul salvages 2 games out of it for a 10-4 split. Y'all